A service has been held to mark 100 years since the sinking of the First World War ship HMS Hampshire, with the loss of more than 700 lives. Lord Kitchener, who was Britain's Secretary of State for War at the time, was among the victims when the vessel struck a German mine off Orkney in 1916. Emma Murray was at the ceremony.
8:45 p.m, the exact time that HMS Hampshire went down 100 years ago. An emotional moment for the descendants of the 737 men who lost their lives on the vessel bound for Russia on the 5th of June 1916. Only 12 crew members survived. On board was the face of First World War recruitment and Secretary of State for War Lord Kitchener, heading for diplomatic talks with Tsar Nicholas II.
This figurehead that people were feeling was the one to get them out of trouble was suddenly dead. I think it was unthinkable. And I think at the time it even said this is an unthinkable thing that's happened, but it's happened and everyone had to get on with it. But luckily, all the procedures were put in place by him before, and thank goodness the outcome was as it was.
Like many who were lost at sea, Lord Kitchener's body was never found. But in 1926, the people of Orkney erected a memorial to him, sitting on the cliffs at Marwick Head, overlooking the spot where the Hampshire went down. The monument has been restored for the centenary, and now a wall surrounds it bearing the names of all the sailors who were lost. Jackie Bain's grandfather, William Cake, is one of them. He was a stoker on the ship and left 7 children behind in Portsmouth.
All the crew had been reunited, they'd been brought together, and I think that's very fitting, and I think, you know, if they were still here, they'd like that. They'd like to know that. And it is definitely a closure, knowing that everyone has been accounted for on this beautiful wall.
Many on Orkney have a personal connection to the ship, which sank less than 2 miles off the coast.
My great-grandfather was actually one of the first to the scene at the Bay of Scale, which is just along the coast here from Marwick Head, and he'd pulled one of the survivors out of the sea. I didn't know that, so it just shows how important remembrance is, and how poignant today is, and how important this wall is as well, to record all those that were lost.
The sinking of HMS Hampshire is often remembered for its most prestigious passenger, but 100 years on, all who were lost are now etched in memory. Emma Murray, STV News, Orkney.